Hey my dear pirates, in today's video we're going to talk about the latest happenings in the One Piece manga, especially about the spoilers for chapter 1063. What will be the outcome of the fight between Blackbeard and Law? After all, Blackbeard possesses the power of 2 devil fruits, so is Law underestimating his enemy too much, or does he have something to hide? Would it be a new Conqueror Haki? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in today's video, but first of all, so if you want to be a pirate king like me and achieve eternal glory, go ahead and press the like button with all the power of your devil fruit, and if you're new here, my dear sailor, already subscribe to the channel and don't forget to activate the notifications bell so you don't miss any new video from Anime Joy Boy, okay? Then join this crew that will dominate the entire Grand Line and the New World. Now without further ado, let's get to this epic video. And well, my dear pirate, chapter 1063 of One Piece was titled as My Only Family. And these are the main points of the chapter so far. On the cover, we see that Cracker is frozen and Brûlée is crying. Brûlée says that Pudding has been kidnapped. Luffy, Chopper, Jinbei, and Bonnie change clothes with a special Vegapunk machine. Luffy, Chopper, and Bonnie wear futuristic clothes, and Jinbei wears Hawaiian clothes. They met Kuma, a uniformed police robot. He's different from the real Kuma, wears round sunglasses and has robotic shoulders. Kuma attacks them. Luffy is about to punch Kuma, but Bonnie stops him. Bonnie says that Kuma is her real father and her only family. We can see an image of a younger Kuma holding Bonnie when she was a child. No news about Zoro's group in the chapter. The scene shifts to another place. We see that Blackbeard is ambushing Law in the middle of the sea. Blackbeard brings with him Jesus Burgess, Van Augur, Doku, and Stronger. They all have the power of a devil fruit. Jesus Burgess has the power of the Riki no Mi that has an abnormal strength. Doku has the power of the Shiku no Mi. With this fruit, he can infect people with diseases. Shiku is the Japanese word for sick. Van Augur has the power of the Wapu no Mi. He can teleport people. Wapu is the Japanese word for warp. Warp as in space-time. And lastly, Stronger has the power of the Uma no Mi, a mythical Zoan model Pegasus. Law escapes to a nearby island, but Van Augur teleports Burgess first. Burgess lifts an entire mountain and throws it to Law. Doku arrives, riding Stronger. Blackbeard is on top of both of them. Doku uses his powers to turn Law into a woman for a moment, but Law uses his Haki to break the power of Doku's illness. Law says that strong Haki can nullify Devil Fruit's powers. He also says that he learned a lot from the battle against Kaido and Big Mom. In the chapter, you see White Lightning when Law uses Haki on him, or Doku, but not the Black Lightning we saw before when someone used Haki on Ray. Blackbeard appears in front of Law. Blackbeard was wondering which of the 3 captains who left Wano country would cross him first. On the final page, Blackbeard and Law are ready to fight. Blackbeard says Kaido should have had one of them. So I'll take all your road poneglyphs. Law then says, I'm ready, winner takes it all. And well, my dear pirates, many interesting things will happen in this and the next chapter of One Piece, but without a doubt the most interesting and awaited part for all of us is in fact the clash between Law and Blackbeard. After all, this fight has everything to be one of the biggest fights in the entire work of One Piece. However, the question I ask is, who will be the winner of this clash? Well, as Blackbeard himself says, he was already excited that at some point he would come across one of the 3 supernovas, Kid, Luffy, and Law, and it was Law that he ended up meeting. I already expected that this would be the first reunion of one of the 3, Law, Luffy, and Kid, with Blackbeard, because after leaving Wano, the path that Law took his gang was the closest to this possible meeting with Barbara Black, and that's not all. A lot of people thought that Luffy would already meet Blackbeard as soon as he left Wano, and I've always been saying here on the channel, well, that would be practically impossible. First, because Luffy has to improve his control over Gear 5 since his victory against Kaido. Luffy was lucky because of the awakening of the Nika no Mi. So he'll have to train to control his new powers. And there's another important factor, Oda would never put Luffy to face Blackbeard. now, as possibly he will be the last enemy to be defeated by Luffy. So this reunion wouldn't actually have how to happen now. Luffy's shop in Science Land must have a very important purpose. The first is the development of Vegapunk, and who knows, the discovery of the world government's plans about the Seraphins and the ancient weapons. But beyond that, I believe that the reunion of Luffy and Sabo is very close. Because as I said in a past video, I can't believe that Sabo really died. Anyway, I'll leave a pinned card for you to see this video about Sabo if you want, okay? But moving on, I must confess that I'm happy to hit the new direction of the manga. It would follow more the area of technology and would also develop more such possible deities that may exist in this world. This arc in the Land of Science is proof of that I was apparently right. At least half of my theory makes sense. Now let's see if we have the truth about the deities. Just as I commented in the video about Enel's return and how he would be the key to all this technology and revelation of divine powers. I'll pin this card too. Now going back to the main subject of the video, we have the clash between Law and Blackbeard. Crowd. Law's gamble to allow Blackbeard to take the road poneglyphs is too risky. It's so risky that it looks like Law is absolutely sure of victory. But there's a big problem in this equation, and Law might be too proud to challenge Blackbeard. Well, the first point is that Blackbeard apparently is not alone. With him and some very powerful characters with devil fruit powers, and the second point is Blackbeard has the power of 2 devil fruits. Wouldn't it be too proud or neglect of Law to think he can beat Blackbeard, not to mention the other devil fruit users? Well, according to him, his fight in Wano against Big Mom and Kaido evolved his haki a lot, and it is undeniable that he and the others like Luffy and Kid came out much more powerful and evolved after the fight. But it's one thing to have become stronger already, another thing completely different is trying to face one of the most powerful characters in the world with a crew full of powerful people too. We have to remember that before having the power of Whitebeard's Earthquake Fruit, Teach had faced Shanks in the point of scarring him. He did very well in the war in Marineford where he faced Whitebeard himself and even stole the power of the Earth. Your fruit! What I mean is that if Blackbeard from that time was already absurdly dangerous, can you imagine nowadays with the power of 2 devil fruits? I don't even need to remind you that he recently easily defeated the Boa Hancock, who is very powerful, right? In other words, my dear sailors, Blackbeard has also evolved all this time. So for now, I don't see how Law could win. Well, unless Law has a foolproof plan, and along with a perfect plan, a new haki, which as he said can nullify the power of devil fruits. Who knows? He might not be able to surprise and defeat Blackbeard, but about that we'll talk in the next video, okay? But now I want to know your opinion about everything that we commented here today. Is it crazy for Law to face Blackbeard, or can he beat him? But of course, if you made it this far, it's because you like the content, so it doesn't hurt to subscribe to our channel and become one more member of our fleet, my dear sailor. And of course, do not forget to press the like button, that helps a lot in spreading the video and the channel. So help us to become the largest fleet of pirates here on YouTube, okay? A big hug for everyone, and until the next video,